After initially reporting earlier in the week that the Bulls and Josh Giddey were going to get a deal done soon, Jake Fisher actually throws a little water on that report. Apparently, the Bulls and Josh Giddey are as much as $10 million apart on a deal per year. Me and Pat going to discuss all that plus more right after this.
You are Locked On Bulls, your daily Chicago Bulls podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thanks for tuning in to Locked On Bulls, member of the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every single day. That's Pat, the designer, host, and creator of the Windy City Breeze and host of the Chicago Bears podcast over at ESPN 1000. I'm Hayes, host and creator of Chicago Bulls Central and Chicago Bears Central YouTube pages and podcasts. Today's episode is brought to you by the Game Time app. Create an account. Use code LOCKEDNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Tell you what, Josh Giddey a report that the Bulls and Josh Giddey are far apart in trade conversations.
Hey, bro, your computer having a stroke.
I don't know if I'm frozen.
Yeah, your computer having a stroke real quick.
Pat frozen?
Hold up. Nah, your computer having a stroke, bro.
Are you frozen, Pat? Or am I frozen?
I'm not frozen.
On my side, I'm like, what the hell is going on?
It's definitely you because I'm watching it on YouTube.
Well, hey, it's probably is me. I don't know what's going on. How much of the intro did you get?
None of it. I have no idea what you said.
What the hell is going on?
These are the effects of
you got the intro because you did the little thing. So like,
well, I got that part. I didn't get none of the
you know, it is what it is. Anyway, welcome to Locked On Bulls.
Josh Giddey, far apart, $10 million. Let's have that conversation.
Yeah, Josh Giddey, Chicago Bulls, far apart on contract. How you feeling, Pat?
Listen, I think where you're at right now with the Bulls and Josh Giddey, this is exactly where I said this yesterday on Chicago Bulls Breeze. This is what you expected almost of AK when nobody else really has the money to do it. I shouldn't say of AK. This is what you expect from a good GM. I think it surprises us that AK is doing it, right? You're going to lowball. Josh Giddey's going to have his number. You're going to try and meet in the middle to find a way to save some money. The expectation is not that Josh Giddey is going to be a $20 million player. I don't think that this is we're looking to disrespect Josh Giddey and offer him the lowest deal possible. I think this is just how you negotiate contracts, how you negotiate deals. You come in with one number, the player comes in with another, and you find a way to meet in the middle. Now, if I am Josh Giddey, the conversation that I'm having is, okay, you want me to take $5 million less? Bet. I'll take $5 million less. You're going to give me a year back on this deal. I'm either getting a player option or this is going to be a 4-year deal and not a 5-year deal. In that situation, now both sides are giving up something that they would rather have. Bulls would rather get Giddey in here on a 5-year deal versus a 4-year deal so that you don't have to worry about that money in the future. Giddey gets to hit free agency a little bit earlier. Both sides give up something that each side wants in a sense. And you find a way to be very amicable in that situation. I don't think this is going to hurt the long-term relationship of the Bulls and Giddey. And dare I say, I think it's a pretty good GMing by AK.
Well, it depends on, I can't say for sure if it's going to hurt or not. Like, it depends on how disrespectful they feel the $20 million offer is. Yes, I agree with you. It is negotiating. It is something that we're not used to AK doing it, especially not at this level. But I tell you what, if I'm looking at P. Will and I'm like, you didn't negotiate with him, you gave him 18, you feel like you come to the table with $2 million more to start with is respectful? Now, I do think that there's going to be an incentive-laden contract. I think that's something that helps out. But I don't know if anymore with how long this is going on, I could just assume that there isn't any animosity or anything in it. I hope that there's not, but I'm just not going to make that assumption at this point, just because it's like it's over a month into the negotiations. And at this point, for it to be, if Jake Fisher's reporting is accurate and up to date, because sometimes Fisher be going on stuff that he heard weeks ago, or he gets stuff a little bit late. And no offense to him, that's everybody who does scoops. That's just a nature of the job, right? But I just wondered if it's like, if it is as copacetic as what we are hoping that it is, because I tell you what, if I'm Josh Giddey, yeah, it's still best in your best interest to go ahead and negotiate with the Bulls. But if we get to the point where I'm taking a 3-year deal, I'm telling you what, at the end of that 3-year deal, when I'm back in free agency, you may not get the top shot at me unless you're coming with the most money.
Well, I think that's the thing too, though, right? Like this is hey, look, if we're the Bulls, are we going to attach ourselves to a half a season of what we saw from Giddey? Now, is that who Giddey's been overseas? Is that who Giddey's been when he's gotten the best opportunity to be the number one guy or to be the main guy handling the ball? 100%. Like I think that Josh Giddey has an argument for his $30 million of, hey, look, y'all saw me do this in OKC. You've seen me do this when I play in FIBA. This is the player that I am. But the Bulls have only seen it for a half a season. So I understand AK's side from it as well.
Yeah, but that whole you only seen it for a half a season thing. When you sign free agents that aren't on your team, you're basing it off of everything else that you've seen about them. Everybody, like, and I get what you're getting at with that. But people who say things like and use that, well, they only did it for half a season. So what are you saying? When we sign a free agent that's an unrestricted free agent that we're bringing to the team, are we saying, oh, we don't know anything that he's done? No, you are absolutely going to factor in what they've done other places. That, like, so I understand it from a Josh Giddey standpoint of, it's like, if you come to me saying that, well, yeah, we saw really great things from you after February last year, it's like, okay, cool, but we're not going to ignore what I've done over my career as a whole. We're not going to ignore that.
I think that is taking a career into account. The career is, yeah, you've been cool, but you haven't been what we saw you do here on a consistent basis like you did in the second half of this season. In fact, you've been what we saw last season. You've been the guy who, when other people are on the court or other people had a ball in their hands, you're not nearly as effective. We want you to have the ball in your hands here, but we're not just going to go all in and say, hey, 30 million, whatever you ask, we're going to give it to you. Like, excuse me, I like the back and forth of it because it is like both sides have points to stand on. I do think Giddey has a leg to stand on to say it's more than just a half a season. You saw me do this every time I've gotten the solo opportunity. But I think with unrestricted free agents and things like that, when you bring that into it, usually, now I know as Bulls fans, we don't always get this, but usually you don't look at the half a season. You go, this is what this guy's done over the entirety of his career, and he's been consistent in this. Now, the Bulls don't always do that. Javon Carter
well, I mean, no, you still got to factor that in, but I think that then you're factoring in everything. He's never really gotten to play the role that best suits him. And as you said, every time he has gotten to play that role,
he's been better.
He's excelled at it. Like, It's not like he just played a little bit at it. He excelled at it. So I think that, you got to factor those things in as well. Like, also, like, factor everything in. Like, factor, okay, like, but we got a player also here in Kobe that we want the ball to be in his hands a little bit more. And so what does that mean for you? Like, there's a lot that factors into that. I'm just saying that just for the people that say things like, well, he only did it for half a season. It's like, that's not what you're doing when you're negotiating.
No. And I think this is the big thing about it, right? You also have to ask yourself, what player is Josh Giddey going to be which it seems like to me, and I know we kind of stand on different spots on this, but it seems like they're pushing Modest Buzelis to eventually be the face of this franchise. Hey, if Modest is getting these shots, is Josh Giddey still what we saw in the second half of last season with a 20-plus points per game? Assist numbers will be high, rebound numbers will be high, but is he that level of scorer, or is he helping Modest be better? Like, you have to factor not only just what we're paying for now, which you saw last season, but the Josh Giddey that's going to be there once guys start to develop. For me, I'm fine with you having second year in the league, Giddey? It was like 16, 8 and 8 or something like that, 8 and 6. Yeah. That'd be great. I got 30. You want to know why? Because that 8 is going to be Modest and hopefully Noah Essengue sitting there adding 10 points to their points per game, right? Like, that's how, especially with how Giddey is as a point guard, you have to play it. The one thing that I think this situation is different with is usually there's one side that doesn't have a leg to stand on. Usually you're just coming in and you're like, well, it is what it is. So, like, we got to give you this money because you've been balling out. I feel like both sides have a leg to stand on in this situation. It's why you're seeing such a back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, there are arguments to be made on all sides of this, and usually that's when the best negotiations should happen, right? It's like you should be able to look at everything. All sides have their points that they're trying to make, and I guess we'll see how much each side gives up. If Fisher's reporting is correct, and it's $20 million on the Bulls side, which they're fairly firm on, $30 million on Giddey's side, which him and his agent are fairly firm on, I guess we'll see what happens there.
Hey, 20 M's over 3 years and you ball out? Yeah, you that's a win for AK for those 3 years, and we'll see what ends up happening past that. But right now, you can only worry about the contract that's at hand. And I think if you can find a way to get Josh Giddey in here, and under 25 million, you got to clap it up for AK. Now, if you end up losing him, he signs a qualifying offer, bets on himself and balls out, that's a different conversation. But those are things to me that those are bridges that you got to cross once you get to them.
Yeah. We'll see what those bridges are for the Chicago Bulls and where they're at and what they end up coming up with sooner rather than later, unless things are going to get ugly to a point to where because one thing that Jake L. Fisher said in that is Larry marketing. And if we remember how that and those negotiations end up going, that's a little bit worrisome there. But
Larry also got benched like
I mean, there was a lot
more to that.
Right? Yeah. But we'll get into that. Next up, we're going to be getting into Jonathan Kuminga, who apparently wanted the Bulls to pursue him in the sign and trade. We'll talk about all of that. But first, we got to get into a message from Game Time. We've all been there, logging on early and waiting forever for concert tickets to go on sale, only to lose your spot for a show that you've been dying to see. Live music should be about making memories, not dealing with the stress of ticket shopping. That's where Game Time comes in. Game Time makes getting concert tickets faster and easier than ever. Prices actually drop as they get closer to showtime, and you can save up to 60% off with their killer last-minute deals. Tired of endless scrolling, trying to find the best deal? Game Time's Zone picks the best seats in your section for you. Ever wonder what your view will actually look like before you buy? The app shows you a panoramic seat view, so there are no surprises. With Game Time, the price you see is the price you pay. No hidden fees. Worry about what happens if plans change. The Game Time guarantee has your back with cancellation protection and more. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets and take the guesswork out of buying concert and show tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code. That's LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. More Locked On Bulls coming up next.
Game Time re-kicked your ass, bro.
They changed it, and they changed it in the weirdest spot. Why would you keep the ad read the exact same until the last two lines? It's been the same for years. So my brain kicked into autopilot, and then my eyes are like, no, stop. They changed it. And that was the conflict that you saw there.
That's what the Pelicans are hoping happens to Zion Williamson every time he sees Mariah Mills.
First of all, if he's still hitting Mariah Mills, he's just got low self-esteem.
Hey, bro, listen. Did you see? I'll never forget that interview when they was like, "What you doing in Texas, Zion? Why Texas your favorite spot?" I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah, Mariah Mills is shaped like a penguin now, like the penguin, not a penguin. Penguin from Batman Returns.
Mariah Mills built like a Powerpuff Girl, all grown up.
Anyway, Jonathan Kuminga, the same report from Jake L. Fisher. He mentioned that Jonathan Kuminga and his team were actually hopeful that the Bulls are going to pursue him in a sign and trade. But now it does seem like the Suns are kind of more now taking over that position as far as being the team with the lead after Jonathan Kuminga. But what do you think about hearing that Jonathan Kuminga, with everything that's going on and wanting to go to the opportunity to where he can be himself, saw the Chicago Bulls and said, that's the spot where I would want to go?
Hey, listen, good job. Like, I don't, you can want all you want. To be honest with you, I've stood firm on this. There's no world where bringing Kuminga here made sense for the development of the players you were bringing in. Now it makes even less sense with you drafting Noah Essengue, because he's basically going to fill that role of probably a ball dominant player at some point, somebody who's going to have the ball in their hands to be utilized. If all the development goes well, I should say. I mean, it's cool that you wanted that to happen. Like, look, I want to meet Chloe Bailey, and never mind, I was about to get wild. But you get where I was going there. There's a lot of wants that happen in the world. I forgot we was on Locked On for a second. There's a lot of wants that happen in the world. Don't mean you're gonna get it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when it comes to Jonathan Kuminga and what he wants, I think one thing's been clear this offseason. The Warriors and nobody in the NBA cares what Jonathan Kuminga wants. They just don't care. Nobody cares. Like, Jonathan Kuminga is going to find a spot, and I think even in that same report, Jake Fisher did mention that still the most likely thing right now is that he actually returns back to the Warriors, which, like, if that happens, Hey, there you go on that one. Like, I mean, the Bulls are a place right now where I think a lot of young players would want to come. That you have a team that really, as it stands right now, they're trying to figure their stuff out, right? Like, so you have an opportunity to come here, and maybe Kuminga viewed it as, I can go over there, I can show them that I can be the scorer, I could be the slasher that I want to be, have the ball in my hands a little bit more. But then again, I always question the fit with Giddey and Kobe on the team. Adding somebody like a Jonathan Kuminga who has to be another ball dominant player, there's a little bit of question when it comes down to that. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. At this point, it's not going to happen. I'm fine with having Isaac Okoro, no Essengue here. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Kuminga situation to me is one where, if you had gone out and signed Jonathan Kuminga, it could have been cool, right? If you do a sign and trade for him, but the thing is, you're now building your team around Jonathan Kuminga because that's the type of player that he feels like he needs to be at his best. That's the type of player that he feels like he needs to be to go out there and give you the production that we saw from him in those last few playoff games we've seen sporadically from him throughout the season. I do think Jonathan Kuminga is going to be a talented player in this league. And I think that he's actually going to be able to, if he gets an opportunity on a team like maybe a Brooklyn one day or whatever it is, where it's like, I get to be the focal point, although probably not now with Danny Wolf out there balling like that. But he gets the opportunity to go out there and be the focal point. I do think that he will have success at the NBA level, and he can help a team win. He reminds me of, which Grant did we have? Not that one. We had Jerry and Grant. Jeremy Grant.
We had two of them. We had Jerry and Grant and Jeremy Grant. Not Jeremy Grant. We had, what's the other Grant?
Oh, I ain't worried about that one. That one sucked.
Last time we said that about somebody, it went left.
That is true. We can't even remember his name, though. That's the difference here. Like, I know who Jordan Crawford is. I can't even remember the other Grant's name. No, like, he reminds me of a Jeremy Grant where, yeah, he can help a team get to a certain point. He can be a good scorer. He can be efficient around the rim. He can be a shooter. He can be somebody who can be a leader on a team. I think that he can have a nice career if that does end up happening, but I just don't think that that's the path that the Bulls wanted to go, and I don't think it makes sense for this team at this point at all.
No, it makes no sense for the Bulls to go after Jonathan Kuminga. That ship has sailed. If and we don't even know how strong the interest actually was. Like,
we did have that Grant too. I guess that's shout out Steve. We did have Horace Grant. That's not the Grant I was talking about.
We clearly weren't talking about Horace Grant. Come on now. What are we doing here? We clearly weren't talking about Horace.
Like, a lot of Grants on this team. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone but the good one.
Everyone but the good one. That's crazy. Harvey. But
Harvey Grant.
Yeah, you don't remember Harvey Grant?
I do.
He wasn't that bad though.
Harvey Grant was solid.
Yeah, but let me ask you this: with the Kuminga thing, are you confident with the Bulls' forward rotation as it stands right now?
Confident as far as what? Confident as far as this season, or confident for the future?
Either.
For this season, I don't know what it is. We'll see. I think that you're talking about maybe some Noah Essengue getting in there, but probably not a ton. More modest. Okoro, I guess Io's kind of a forward now in that mix, right? Like, I wouldn't say for this season I'm confident in it, but I haven't seen the steps that some of these guys are going to have to take. The one thing I'm confident in, I know Isaac Okoro can play defense. I know Modest can dunk on people. I know Io can be the everyman's guy. It's kind of about, can he stay healthy this season? For the future, though, I think that the forward position is very bright for this Bulls team, and it is because of the upside that I see in Noah Essengue and how he could be, although he may be a center. I don't know what the heck that kid's going to be.
No, it's not good. I can't say that.
Man,
but
every time I see him, he look bigger.
But see, the thing is, I look at Noah like he's going to be like Giannis, like KD, like Brandon Ingram. I think he's going to have positional size. But I don't know if he doesn't look like he's going to fill out as everybody does. But I don't see him having that. Like, center, you got to get up to like 260, 265. I don't know if he got that in him.
Yeah, what is Chet? I think he could be Chet. Chet is what, 225?
Yeah, but Chet, heck, they brought in Isaiah Hartenstein for a reason.
I gave him so much leeway. Chet's 208 pounds.
Noah Essenge's 3 pounds off from Chet. That's
hey, bro,
crazy.
He could be Chet, bro. Hey, bro, he could be.
That's crazy.
Bro, I was like 225 because I'm like, oh, you're kind of tall. Maybe that helps with the weight. Like, Wemby is 235, all because of height. It's
That's
208.
crazy.
I was not expecting that.
That's crazy. That's wild.
But no, I think what would be interested with Noah is if he is a part of that forward rotation. I do think that the future is bright for the Bulls in that sense because you got a lot of guys that are very efficient players. And I think that's something that we don't see a lot of teams prioritizing in the NBA today. I like that AK is actually prioritizing that. But got this final summer league game coming up here, Hayes, and I don't know why, but we got to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Talk about that and more coming up next. But first, we got to give you guys a message from OpenPhone. If you're running a business, you know that every missed call is money left on the table. Think about the last time you had an urgent need, maybe for a plumbing service or provider. If you're the first person that didn't answer, or I'm sorry, if the first person didn't answer, did you wait? See, that's why I'll be talking about Hayes when he F up on his ad reads, because I'll be effing up too. Probably not. You moved on. That's why you need OpenPhone. OpenPhone is the #1 business phone system built to streamline and scale your customer communication, all from an app on your phone or on your computer. It lets you manage your business calls and text from a single app. Shared inbox is a feature that is a game changer. You can jump into any conversation instantly without missing a beat, and their AI agent handles after-hours calls, answers common questions, and captures leads so you never miss a customer. OpenPhone is offering my listeners 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/lockedonnba. It's openphone.com/lockedonnba. And if you have an existing number with another service, OpenPhone will port them over at no extra charge. Again, OpenPhone, no missed calls, no missed customers. More Locked On Bulls coming up next. He froze, I froze. What happened?
What is going on here?
You good?
We're here. That's all that matters. We're here. I think so. I don't know. I have no idea anymore. I don't know what's going on, bro. I'm just here. I'm just here so I won't get fired. As my computer, I'm about to take this mug all the way apart today. So don't worry about it. But with that said, Pat, final Summer League game today. Quick question. What are you looking for most in this final Summer League game, if anything?
Is anybody going to play? Like, that's the real question. Is anybody playing? Like, I'll be honest with you. Listen. I'll tune in for a lot. I'm not watching a Summer League game that is a lineup of Caleb Grill and Wooga Poplar in the starting lineup. Like, nah, bro. Like, I'm out.
You're not doing a live call for that? You're not doing a live call for that?
Nah. We'll see who plays. Dog. Bro, look, it's fun watching Jameer Young get his 40. Come on, dog. I don't need to see that again. Like, I'm here to watch the guys that are gonna make the NBA and Yuki. I'm here to watch Yuki. Like, if Yuki's balling, I might tap in on that. Yuki been hooping.
I was about to say I'm watching regardless for Yuki and Lachlan. Like, those are the two reasons I'm watching regardless. I think those are two players that are worth watching in that case. Yuki, he better be on a two-way contract unless he's willing to accept just a straight up G League contract. But yeah, Yuki's been really electrifying to watch him play. Like, just his court vision has been so next level. It's crazy to see. Yeah. So I'm definitely here to see Yuki play. But Modest ain't playing. I think they've already basically said that they're leaving it up in air for Noah. But I think they're just leaving it up in air because the NBA was like, "Don't you tell him he's not playing. You're on ESPN tonight. Don't you tell him he's not playing."
That boy ain't playing.
He's not playing.
Noah and Ace Bailey both just gonna be sitting there on the opposite benches staring at each other.
Yeah. You know what? If you want to see the only thing you may see them playing, they may be playing some arcade games together before the game starts.
Hey, bro, what's the what was it last year? Wasn't one of the dudes like who was the pick last year? Why am I blanking on? Not Stephon. No, not Stephon Castle. One of the top 5 picks. Like, he wasn't playing the last 3 games. He was just on the bench eating. It's like I'm not getting in. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm not getting in this game. You got it.
Somebody give me a dog. Can I get a glizzy?
That's crazy, bro. I saw somebody call a Polish a glizzy, and I'm like, see, no, you can't. Like, the glizzy is a hot dog. Like, a Polish is a Polish. Don't you disrespect the Polish and call it a glizzy.
Hey, by the way, I'm a grown man. If I want a hot dog, I'm gonna eat a hot dog. We not doing.
Listen,
I'm not eliminating hot dogs from the world.
No shame on eating a hot dog, bro. I got better things to fry somebody about than them eating a hot dog. That's normal stuff. Like y'all gotta stop. Cam and Mace got y'all thinking everything's a pause. Eating a hot dog ain't a pause.
Hey, now I will say this. I got an uncle that 2 bites hot dogs. That's crazy.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. Talking ballpark Franks, dog.
Wait a second. 2 bites?
2 bites, bro. Ow. Ow. I got an uncle that 2 bites hot dogs, bro. I got questions. I've had questions my whole life, bro.
That's crazy.
Just sitting there, just nah, but maybe.
But no, so final summer league game tonight for the Chicago Bulls. Watch Yuki, watch Lachlan, maybe Noah Essengue. But I do think Emmanuel Miller, this may be your last opportunity to keep your 2-way contract, my boy. I think that 40 piece may lock Jameer Young in. Emmanuel Miller, you're on the chopping block, my boy.
Yeah, listen, I mean, there's we really haven't seen much from Emmanuel Miller anyway. Yeah. As far as summer league is gone, I think his best game has been probably, was it the first one? When did we play Philly? Didn't we play Philly? No, we didn't play Philly this time.
I don't think Emmanuel Miller has had a good summer league game.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's had one.
Yeah, I mean, he played decently well. He had a couple of dunks in the last game, but that's really it.
I think the thing is too, like, this is all about, okay, if I send my players down there, are they getting better with the group that's around them? That's why I do think Yuki may have a chance to be on the Bulls G League team because of, like we've talked about, right? Like the facilitating that he provides, you're getting development for guys like Noah Essengue or whoever's down there playing with Yuki, because Yuki's going to get them involved in the game plan. I think that's more impactful than just having guys who, like Jameer Young is cool, and I think you have to fill out your G League roster, so you want to fill it out with a dude that could put up 40. But Jameer Young is not going to be on the NBA roster probably at any point. You're not looking for him to be a scorer up here, so him being a scorer down there doesn't mean anything to you nearly as much as the development that you get from some of the guys who can go up and down.
That's a fact. Well, we shall see. We'll be here locked in. Anything left, Pat, before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Follow us on everything at Locked On Bulls. You can follow me on everything at Pat the Designer, and 2 biting hot dogs is crazy.
That's crazy. You guys can follow me at CEO Hayes. Locked On Bulls is free and available on every podcasting app and platform of your choice, as well as YouTube, the Odyssey app, Amazon Fire TV, Roku TV, Fubo TV, basically anywhere you want us. You can get us, but not this weekend, though, because we off. We'll see you guys on Monday, y'all. Peace.
Watch the Bulls sign Giddey just to piss off our weekend.
Man.